Happy Thursday, y'all. Yes, it is Thursday. It is not Saturday. It is not Sunday. Normally, I'd only cook on the weekends, do my shows on the weekends. I missed last Saturday. We had a family emergency. My fiance's brother passed away. So we just packed everything up, went straight to Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. Everybody there was just eerily super nice. The entire town just gave me a weird vibe. I'm never going to figure out what that red mark is. Over there. So, I don't know what that is. It's not on the ceiling. I move the camera around, the red mark stays there, so I don't know if it's something on the lens on the inside or not. So, first beer, Old Milwaukee, still not a sponsor. Siobhan decided she was hungry after a week of not eating. Me making her eat this entire week's been hard on me, but you know, you just can't go days without eating. You gotta eat something. So I asked her what she wanted. She said she wanted French onion soup. I was like, alright, I can do that. It's gonna take a while, but I can do that. But I'm putting my own twist on it. I'm doing a steak French onion soup type thing. I didn't give it a name yet. It's gonna have onions, shitload of onions, 6 green peppers, 2 pounds of mushrooms, and 1.5 pounds of steak. Some garlic, some salt, some pepper, oregano, thyme, you know, whatever else I can throw in there. 8 cups of beef broth. So let me show you what I'm going to be working with. I'm going to get the slicing and dicing. Oh, we're going to get to start. And when I said onions, I wasn't joking. Most of these are going to go in this soup. It's a different variety. Got your Mayan sweet, got your regular white, got your yellow, got your red. They all have different flavors, and that's what I'm shooting for. 2 pounds of pre-sliced mushrooms, 6 green peppers. There's only 3 in each bag. This beef, or whatever the fuck it's called, it's already pre-sliced and shit like that for tacos. Some garlic, some serrano peppers, 8 cups of beef broth. So let me get all this sliced up. We're going to get to cooking. While I'm slicing all this stuff, I'm going to start cooking this beef. Get all that flavor and shit inside that pan. So let's get to slicing. Alright, our steak's about done. But I still got to finish slicing up all the onions. I'm already crying. I went ahead and turned the burner down low. We still want it warm, but I don't want those bits to dry out down there. So we're going to go ahead, pull this off. Tyson's outside barking because he's a fucking dickhead. Dogs only act up when the camera's on. It's like they got a sixth sense about shit. Oh, did you hear that? Now he wants in the house. He wants in the goddamn house. It's 50 degrees outside. But no, they're like today's generations of kids. They don't want to play outside. Alright. You don't have to really get it all out. But if you get most of it out, turn that burner completely off. It's an electric oven, so it's going to retain its heat. Set that meat off to the side. Let me go and continue slicing my onions and bawling my eyes out. Okay, so I finally got everything sliced up. I turned the stove on to medium-low. Well, it's probably a little closer to medium than it is medium-low. We're going to hit it some more olive oil. I got to fill that back up. Don't be shy, because you want all this to coat your vegetables so that the caramelization process can begin. You don't have to do this next step if you're trying to watch it. Get down! Christ, if I gave you a stick of butter, your mother would fucking kill me. We're going to go ahead. We're going to drop that stick of butter in. I know you're asking yourself, why would I add the oil? The oil is going to help the butter from actually burning. That's the trick. Unless you get that, because butter contains dairy, and everybody knows that dairy can only cook for so long before it starts to burn. So yeah, as you can see, it's already starting to melt. That's a good thing. I probably could have cut it up a little bit to help the process along, but I'm in no hurry. And apparently, neither are you guys. Butter's nearly melted. We're going to go ahead and start adding in our vegetables. We're going to do the peppers and the mushrooms first because they're thicker cut. They are thicker cut. Holy shit. I should have bought the mushrooms whole and sliced them myself, but I'm being lazy today. Now we're going to toss in the onions. It looks like a lot, but it will cook down. Babe said she wanted French onion soup. She's getting some French onion soup. French onion. French onion. Now, I know it's going to be difficult. Try to coat this as best you can. Okay, so we're going to let those vegetables start to sweat. It'll take a while. Let them sweat. What we're going to do is let them go on a medium-low setting. Let the juices start coming out, let the natural sweetness come out. We'll check it periodically throughout the thing. It's probably going to take 5 hours. What time is it? 2 o'clock? 3.5 hours or so. That's when we'll add the meat, the beef broth, and everything else. We're about, I don't know, 20 minutes, half hour into this. And as you can see, it's already cooked down about halfway. So we're giving it a good stir. We're going to coat everything. That little bit I ain't worried about. That'll boil itself out. And we'll check on this here in a little bit. As you can see, it's cooked down quite a bit. We're still going to let this go. I still have it on a medium-low setting. More closer to medium. There's a lot of liquid, a lot of water is coming out of those vegetables. And that's okay. We're not trying to do this quick. We just want it good. So at this point in time, I'm going to take some coarse kosher salt. About 3 tablespoons. Set that all over. It's going to help draw out more of that moisture. It's going to help season it. I was going to add some fresh garlic, but I decided I'm just going to go with some garlic powder. So we're going to cover that a little bit. I ain't worried about major spices. We're going to add some pepper to it. A couple teaspoons. Put that in there. Everything's seasoned to taste, whatever you want. I forgot my fresh herbs, so we're going to do about a teaspoon of rosemary. Or however much that was. And I love Italian seasoning. Probably got 3 bottles open. we're going to go ahead and add some of that. And we're just going to let this continue to cook. Let it continue to do its thing. Once all those liquids actually boil itself out of the pot, then everything's going to start breaking itself down, start caramelizing, getting all sugary, getting all nice dark brown color. And you all thought that was a lot of vegetables. Well, ain't so much now, is it? I'd say probably in about an hour, we're going to add the beef back in so it can soak up some of that vegetable flavoring, and we'll come back and check on it. About 2 hours into the cooking process, you can see most of that liquid evaporated. You can see everything starting to turn brown now. No, it's not burnt. It's starting to caramelize. It's starting to glaze over. That's what we want. We don't want all that sugar, all that sweetness brought out of all these vegetables, even that hot pepper. That's what we want brought out. We're going to let this go a little bit longer, but now you want to keep an eye on it. You don't want the stuff to burn. You want it to caramelize. You don't want it to burn. There's a big difference. So you're going to want to stir this about every 5 to 10 minutes. You got to keep up with it, otherwise they're just going to start burning. You're just going to ruin your soup. So when we get down and all this liquid has completely evaporated, then we should be at the caramelization stage. Then we're going to go ahead and add our beef broth. But as you can see, all the vegetables were up this high when I started. Now they're down there. So yeah, you're going to need a lot if you're going to try and make this soup. Guys, we're almost there. Excited? I am. Look at that. That's what we want right there. That's exactly what we were looking for. All those vegetables and everything cooked down perfectly, beautifully. Look at that. All that liquid evaporated. All that left with the good stuff. That's what we're left with right there. I went ahead, I turned the heat down on the stove down to a low. Because while I'm showing you this, I don't want nothing to burn. Marley, get off the counter. All those vegetables, remember it was this high? Now it's down in there. No, there was no camera tricks. That is what happens. So now, because I don't want a real liquidy broth, I want a semi-liquidy broth, I'm going to take a decent sized kitchen teaspoon, spread that over everything, of flour. We'll do a little more, just a little more. Spread that over. Set that off to the side. Now we're going to mix this together. And all that liquid you see is gone. It is gone. Just keep mixing it. Get really, really thick. Wow, that is really thick. That's exactly what I want. So now we're going to throw back in the meat as soon as I find it. I don't know what the hell you're all going to call this dish. We're going to throw back in the meat. Put that back in the sink. Put that dish in the sink. Give this a quick stir. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's fucking beautiful. Now we're going to add our store-bought beef broth. Yeah, I know. I try to use homemade as much as I can, but I don't have any homemade broth. Let that go in there. Ooh, chug, 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 chug. Chug, chug, chug. That is one. because we added. See, that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. But we added that flour, so all that stuff's going to thicken up. So now we're going to add the second one. You don't have to follow this recipe to a T. In fact, this is just a guide. That's all it is. It's just a guide. That's why I don't really post like, well, you need this amount, you need this amount. No, man. You just fluctuate and go. Fluctuate and go. Alright. So we're going to turn the heat back up to like a medium-low. We're going to let this simmer for about an hour. And we're going to see if we have to add any more. And it looks like we probably will. Yeah, let me go ahead and add another 4 cups of beef broth. That's definitely too liquidy or too stiff for me. So let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that looks a little better. But on top of that, I'm also going to add, I'm going to do a cup and a half of water. We are looking for a soup type consistency, a thick soup type consistency, not a stew. We added a cup and a half of water on top of all that beef broth. Now we just let it go. Look at that. Now that's what you want. We're going to let all that stuff incorporate into that beef broth. Let's do a quick taste test. See what's going on. See if we need to add anything. You probably do. You always got to add stuff. It's a little bland. Like I said, we're going to let this go on a medium-low. Let it simmer for about an hour, hour and a half, let everything incorporate. And then we're going to spice it up as we go. It's almost done. Cover that, let it simmer. And it's done. This is it. This is what we've waited all day for. It is done. That is what you want. A nice little consistency like that. The flavoring is awesome. So let's get this plated up. And then we'll taste it. Alright, so the soup's done. We're going to plate this up. I'll let you see what it looks like. Like I said, I just don't really like cheese, so we're not doing this the real way. We're doing it my way. I like cheese. So first, by the way, we're not using a biscuit. We're not using. I didn't buy bread, slice it up, dry it out, for all that stuff. I'm not going to. My original thought process was to use a garlic bread, which is what I bought, and it's like, you know what? I'll just use croutons. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a handful of croutons. About that much. Let me break this up. little scoop of sloppy goodness. Maybe a little scoop of just broth, just the broth. Maybe another little scoop of just broth. And then I got some Gouda chunks, which I'm going to throw in there. Gouda. Any other cheese? Well, you're just ruining everything. Okay. And there you go. Now let me get a spoon. Stir this around. Let's see how it tastes. Got me a little spoony. Little spoony. Mix that around a little bit. Let the heat hit that cheese. Really wish I could have baked this, but I don't have that kind of thing. So, let's taste it and see how it goes. There's a little bite. Blow it off so it don't hurt my mouth. Wow. Just wow. That is simply amazing. Oh yeah. Tune in next time when we experiment with something else. Actually, everybody's asking me for me to make my homemade special spaghetti sauce, pasta sauce. So I might do that on the next video. See you guys later. Have a great day.